Amy, thank you. Happening today, U.S. Congressman Darren Soto is going to be holding the first meeting for his new task force that's focused on helping Puerto Rican hurricane victims coming to Central Florida. Now, he just returned from the island I think, yesterday after surveying the hardest hit areas with Senator Bill Nelson. And this morning, kind enough to join us live to talk more about the task force and his reaction to what the recovery efforts going on down there and the folks that this new initiative is going to be helping. Congressman, good to see you. Great to have you here. So you just got back. How does it look down there right now?
You know, it's still pretty terrible.
Yeah.
We saw a hospital in Bayamon that was only at 50% capacity. The roof still had a large tarp on it. The top floor still moldy with water damage. We went to a small town, Las Piedras, nearly 100 days without power. And then they even suffered a setback with the tax reform in their manufacturing base. So we're really going to do everything we can to help them recover.
Let me ask you this. If this kind of slow recovery was taking place here in the United States, what would the outcry be? And why is it taking so long down there?
We wouldn't stand for it. No, we have 2 U.S. senators and 27 members of Congress, so that certainly gives us a large voice in Washington. As you know, Puerto Rico is a territory, but many folks of Puerto Rican descent, like myself, live here in Central Florida. Most of the folks from left for here in Central Florida, so it's really obviously affecting our community, and I think because they're a territory, they become second fiddle sometimes.
Okay, well, let's talk about, because you mentioned the people that have come here to escape. So this new initiative you're talking about, what is it? What does it do? And it's to help the people that have come here from Puerto Rico, correct?
Sure. We put together a federal task force that'll have local, state, and federal officials on it. We'll be meeting today after Senator Nelson gives his briefing on our trip yesterday, and it's really to get all on the same page, whether it's schools, whether it's food assistance and health care, whether it's housing, which is a big issue right now. One of the positives, though, is the economy is doing very well around here, well enough to bring a lot of these folks into jobs and tourism, but the remaining issues, particularly housing, is something we need to be on the same page on in our region.
Are you seeing that here in Central Florida, the efforts to help those people is sort of scattered and you need it under one umbrella? Is that the idea that we're talking about?
Yeah, because we're talking about a big region. Seminole County, Orange, Osceola County, Polk County, Brevard County, Volusia County, all these school boards, all these different elected officials, and we want to make sure there's different things on each level that can be done. In the state level, we have the Sadowski Fund, which is for affordable housing. On the local level, we could be giving incentives to developers to develop affordable housing. The state deals with a lot of the health care stuff. The feds, we deal with disaster relief and health care dollars as well. So there's a lot of synergy that can happen if we as a region get on the same page.
I'm out of time, but when can we hear more about this? You're talking about it later on today.
Sure. We'll be having our event later on today, and certainly we'll be publishing our initial findings as well.
All right. Very good. Darren Soto, great to have you back.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
Thanks, sir.